welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I wanted to share with you something quite different. This is not perfume or beauty related, so if that is not your cup of tea, you can definitely switch off to something else. Today I wanted to share with you my favorite organization, a few things I purchased from them, and just shed the light on what they do. And yeah, so if you have a few minutes to spare, definitely stick around. This is something really important, goes on in our world, affects every one of us. So yeah, the organization that I truly follow, and I believe in everything they do, is Operation Underground Railroad. It is run by their owner, or their founder, Tim Ballard, and basically they are a group of people that they train, and they're law enforcement or ex-law enforcement, and they're trained to work with different government agencies from all around the world. They operate these tactics to help rescue and save children. So that is their mission, to help rescue and save children that have been human trafficked. So they're trafficked for sexual exploitation, slave labor, and organ harvesting, and whatever else these crazy people think. So this is something that is really important to me. I love kids. To me, kids have always been number one. If you treat a child right and really honor them, I feel like they can really blossom and flourish. And it's unfortunate that a lot of these kids don't have that. You know, they've been taken from their homes, they've been taken from people that they even know, or taken by people they even know and trusted, and they're in these terrible situations. You hear of girls that whenever there's like earthquakes or major disasters, you hear of these kids that are left behind without parents, and a lot of times these people come to them and tell them, oh, I'll take care of you, I'll give you a place to live, I'll feed you. They end up going with Aunt so-and-so, and that's really an exploitation ring where they're made to, be with older men, and they're just children, and it's just really sad that these kids are in these really bad situations, and it's sad that grown people, or people of all ages, that they want to be with kids in that way. I don't understand how somebody can see a child and think anything sexual of them. I think it's so unfortunate that these kids do not get the childhood that they deserve to have. And it's not just kids, it's women, it's men, it's all different people that get, taken into these crazy, terrible situations. You hear of people that are that work in sweatshops. We don't think about the clothes that we wear, the shoes, the outfit, this ready-to-wear lifestyle that exists. Like, I went to fashion school, and we learned all about, ready-to-wear, haute couture, like all that stuff. And to me, I've never been a big fan of trends and fast fashion, because that is not sustainable. I mean, you should not buy an outfit to wear only once in your life. That is, one, like damaging the environment, and two, it's extremely cheap, to go to Forever 21 or wherever, H&M, buy a cute shirt for $3, $5, $10 and never wear it again. And you don't think, like, why is it so cheap? You don't think, oh, you think this is a great deal, $3, $5. But can you imagine the person that's working to create hundreds of shirts. Like, they're getting paid pennies so you could pay $5. Like, that's so unfair to me. And you see these shirts like girl power, you know, strong woman, whatever it is, you know. And it's like, well, what about the girl who can't enjoy life like you, you know, or the man who can't do that like you? It's really like a double standard, you know. And it's like we have to be conscious of our clothes, you know. Why is it this price? Like, yes, we all want a deal, but at what cost, you know? I don't want to deal at the cost of somebody's health, somebody's sacrifice, somebody's well-being. You know, that's unfair to me. So I just wanted to share with you just that little bit of information, a little bit of their organization, and just little things we can do to make a difference. You know, those of us that have kids, or you have any kid in your life, you know, just I teach my son these things. You know, you have to watch out. You have to be careful. You have friends, they tell you something. If it's something inappropriate going on or anything like that, you know, be on the lookout, because a lot of times it starts at a very early age. They're being groomed, they're being trained, they're being taught, oh, this is okay. Oh, it's okay to be a sexy girl. Like, no, it's not. It's not okay to be talking to kids like that. No. Let them be kids. Let them be innocent. Let them play. Let them learn. Let them have a childhood. And it's really unfortunate that a lot of kids don't have that. Like, we have a little girl here in South Texas that she was 3, and they sent out an Amber Alert, and they still have not found her. Like, it's just so sad. Like, imagine that's your kid, your nephew, your niece, you know. I mean, and at this rate, people pay for these things. People pay to have kids. Like, that's insane. And we need to know that this stuff exists and cherish our kids, take good care of them, look at, you know, see what they're watching, see what they're listening to. I mean, don't be like helicopter parent, but at the same time, you have to be involved. You can't just be like, here's a phone, get on my face. You know, like, we have to know what's going on, because if we don't know what's going on with them, somebody else could be grooming them, and we don't even know what's going on. You know, we don't even know what's going on in their world. We have to be involved. We have to open our eyes to these things, and even though they hurt, a lot of people don't, they tell me like, oh, I don't like to talk about that because it hurts in my heart. It bothers me, you know. And it's like, yeah, but imagine the kid that's freaking there, you know, can't even see daylight because they're in rotation with people, sleeping with people all day and all night, and they're a little child, like, or a woman, you know, that got taken. And there's boys in these situations. That's just like terrible. Because how, to me, I don't understand how somebody could do that to a boy, to a girl, to a human. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you a couple of things I got to support them. I have a few things from them. This is the jacket I picked up a while back. It just has the X, and then at the back it says end slavery, because this is how they call modern day slavery. It is, because it's the ownership of a human. It's still slavery. It's just in a different form. It's sexual slavery, you know, actual labor slavery, using, you see these sweatshops in different areas. You hear these people can't even use the bathroom. A lot of times they have to use diapers because they're not allowed to use the bathroom during their 16-hour work shift, 18-hour work shift. Like, that's insane. That would never fly here. And that's why our prices are so cheap, because we pay these people pennies, and then it comes to us at a great deal, $3.99 or $5.99. that's not right, you know, and I don't like to contribute to those things. So I like knowing that if I'm purchasing from them shirts or mugs or whatever, it's going back to something with a greater purpose. So yeah, if you have not heard of them, again, the organization is Operation Underground Railroad. They have an Amazon documentary, Operation Toussaint, and I'll link their information down below. So let me show you a couple of things I purchased. And I'm sorry, I have been having really bad allergies. So if you can't hear me very well, it's all this pollen and stuff we have here. So I got this little mug. It says, "I am an abolitionist." It's really nice. All the proceeds here go to Operation Underground Railroad. Their mission, helping save primarily children from sex slavery. So here's a little mug. It's really pretty, really nice. Now this one I purchased for my son. This was made in Nepal. This is like a flag, and my son is obsessed with flags. All flags, any flag. We have tons here, and he loves Nepal. But this was made during a rescue mission in Nepal. They rescued quite a few girls from sexual trafficking over there. And what I love is that they rehabilitate these kids, or women or men, whoever. They rehabilitate them. They give them counseling and training and materials to live in this society. Because, I mean, imagine you've been trafficked for 5 years, 10 years, and that's all you know. You don't know how to function in this world. You don't even know what this world is. You know what you lived. So what I love is that they offer aftercare. They help these kids, you know, get over all this trauma. These women get over trauma. That's not easy. Imagine if you go through a terrible relationship. I mean, could you imagine being like in a terrible, tied down 24/7 relationship, abuse and you know, violated and all this stuff? Like, this is just terrible. So I like that they help them, you know, get counseling and get care, because they need it. I mean, if we need it, they definitely need it more. They've had a very tough life. So yeah, this is what I got my son, and I shared with him the story because I think it's important to share with our kids. Kind of like, not how good they have it, but be aware that there's more going on in this world. It's not just all about you or me. You know, there's a lot of people out there, and they don't have what we have, and we have to be conscious, and we have to be compassionate, because a lot of times we take these things for granted. And I really try to show my son and educate him on these things. And this is another shirt I got. These are like the only shirts I have that say words. This is Break the Chain. And yeah, I really like it. The story behind that one is how we have to be the example for the future. If we want our kids to go a certain way, and we weren't raised that way, well, we have to be that example. We have to show them a different way. We can't just say, oh, we'll do this, and we're doing, you know, something completely opposite. Now, a lot of times, like, you know, sometimes the girls that are in these situations, I know you hear a lot of like people nowadays, I might just be a prude or something, but like you hear a lot of people like praising girls that are like dancers and stuff, like sexual dancers, and it's like they learn that a lot of them have been brought up in that type of atmosphere. And while some are okay in that, a lot of them are not. You know, a lot of them have men that own them, They boss them around. That money is not theirs. They are fed drugs and alcohol and all kinds of stuff, so they are submissive. And that's just the light that you don't hear. Like, that's the stuff you don't hear. You just hear, like, oh, I made money and I did this, but like, did you really do it for you or because somebody was bossing you? You know, that's just me. Like, I don't know if anybody. There are, I guess, people that do enjoy that, but there are a lot of people that do that. That it's not that they even want to. It's that they're told and given drugs and stuff like that to encourage them to keep doing it, because the person that's over them has the handle on them, you know. So I guess I'm just a very serious person, but like, naturally I am. But I don't know, I always just see, like, is that person really happy doing what they're doing? Well, maybe the person that owns them is, because they're making money, you know. They're not the ones out there dancing and, you know, being grabbed on and all that stuff, but they're getting money. But is the other person happy, you know? So yeah, that's just stuff I think about. But this is another shirt in human trafficking. And then here it says, where does human trafficking exist? And it says, in every country, which is true. I mean, we cannot deny that. We know it exists everywhere. And that's why keep an eye on your kids, your nephews, your nieces. You know, we have that obligation as adults, parental figures, to cherish these kids and keep them, you know, from harm, because a lot of people out there don't care. They like to exploit people that are vulnerable. And lastly, I got this bag that says made by free women, and in here it says, every purchase supports a day of freedom for your crafters from slavery and poverty through a self-sustaining job. So, which is so true, because a lot of times, there are times people do get into this business, and they are in like extremely poor conditions, and even you hear their parents sell them. They put themselves in these situations to try to earn money, and it's because they cannot survive. Like, they're in extremely poor conditions, and they're doing whatever they know to do, you know, to make money. You hear it happen all the time, that when parents have girls in other, like, third world countries, they sell them because, you know, the girls are who makes the money. And that's sad, you know, and people have to know that they're more than that. They're more than a monetary figure. They're a human being. They offer life to others around them. And what I love is that this organization helps them, you know, rehabilitate and grow from this terrible experience. It's really tough. I can't even imagine, like, how tough that would be for a child being taken, and, you know, that's your whole experience in life. Like, that's so sad. But yeah, I didn't mean to, like, come out here and share like something really dark and grim, but it is our reality, and it is true. And hopefully there's others out there that are really passionate about helping kids. If you do have extra time, I'd encourage you to watch Operation Toussaint. Follow OUR on Instagram, Facebook, Tim Ballard as well. They have a lot of outreach, you know, things that you can share with your friends, share with your family. educate your kids. That's super important because you never know. They're playing Fortnite or whatever they're playing. I don't know. My son doesn't play video games. But those games that now you can play with other people around the world, you just never know. Is it a child their age? You know, it's like, gotta be conscious. And it's not about being paranoid, but I mean, you hear it, look it up. It's these predators are everywhere, literally everywhere. So you do have to be conscious about that and protect the ones that you love, protect those you don't know, you know, support them, support their cause, support their mission. And yeah, I'll link everything down below in case you are interested. I'd highly encourage you to watch the documentary and just educate yourself and those around you. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this isn't too long-winded or too much of a rant, but for me, this is something I'm like really, really passionate about. To me, kids always come first. Before me comes my son, no matter what. Like, I know people don't agree with that, but that's me. I grew up without a mom, like most of my childhood, and all my, you know, after my mom passed away. So I decided, like, when I'm a parent, I'm never gonna make my kid feel unwanted, you know. And he does feel like, you know, he does go through his own things, but I'll never put him in a situation that is dangerous for him, or I'll never make him feel like, oh, leave me alone, I need a break. You know, yes, I need a break sometimes, but it's rare. And you know, I love being with my kid. I want to be with him. I want him to know I love him. I want him to know he's cherished and valuable, because that's going to stick with him. And that's how we need to treat our kids. They are valuable. They are our future. If we pour life into them, I mean, who knows how the future will be. So cherish those around you. Cherish your kids, your nephews, all of them. So that's my 2 cents. Hopefully you guys have a good day.